You feel like there's so many things that you want to be doing. There's so many directions you could take. You could go do this, or you could go do that. But you don't do anything. There's too much opportunity. And you just want to do something, but you don't know what to do. You feel like this decision is so important that you don't go anywhere. I feel like a lot of people are doing this lately, and it breaks my heart. I used to be in a very similar position. I didn't know what direction to take. I felt incredibly lost. But now I feel very calm and direction filled. I feel like I've got a path that I'm going and nothing can stop me. I know exactly what I want to do and no one is going to get in my way. I have so much self-belief and conviction that I know I'm going to achieve what I want to achieve. And it's going to work out. Now, getting this conviction and finding something that you believe in is very easy. I know what you're thinking. What the heck? Trust me. All you have to do is not what everyone else does. Don't sit on your bed and scroll. Don't sit down at your computer and play games. Stop following other people's lives and just for a second, worry about your own. This is all it is. You take some time to yourself, so you turn everything off. Whether that be your phone, console, computer, anything that has a pixel on it, please turn it off. And then use this time to just think. This isn't meditation, although meditation is very good and I highly recommend it. This is literally just letting your brain think, giving it some space. And we do this because we want to know what's most important. Your brain knows. You know what's most important. You just haven't let it come up yet. It's buried so deep because every chance you get, you whip out your phone. If you're a little bit bored, you whip out your gaming controller. If you just want to stimulate your brain for a little bit. But there's never a chance to just let you think. You need to let yourself think. It's funny how simple that is, but people don't understand the harm of the reflex of pulling out your phone at every spare instant you have. It's very damaging. And then once you think a little bit on your own, so right now, let's say you've turned everything off after this video is done, of course. And then what you do is you write down the things that your brain thinks about. So what does your brain naturally think about? Write it down. Then after you've done this session, 30 minutes. So you've sat and thought, no pixels, no anyone, nothing's interrupted you for 30 minutes. You write down everything you thought about. Now you order it. What is the most important thing in that list? Put it to number 1. And then you put everything else beneath it and you order that too. So now what you have is a list of things that you think about and are very important. Maybe they're dreams, maybe they're people, goals, whatever. Now you look at number 1 and you go do it. And the way you do it is you figure out what the first step is to doing that. So, theoretically, let's say you want to be a pro basketball player. If you just write down, I want to be a pro basketball player, and no steps beneath it, it seems like a pretty hard objective, doesn't it? But then when you realize the first step to going pro is putting on your shoes to go to the practice arena and to play basketball, it doesn't seem that hard. We just have to figure out what the first step toward our main objective is. That's all it is. It's your most important thing, and then going all the way down to the first step you need to take toward doing it. That's all it is. And then if you want to go even further, which I highly recommend, is you figure out each increment of how to get to each leveling up section of that big dream. So if I go back to the analogy of the basketball, obviously if you lace up and go to the courts, that's not going to make you go pro, is it? There's probably more steps involved. Let's say your worst stat is your free throws, and that's the thing holding you back the most. You get fouled a lot and you get up to the line a lot, but you're not exactly scoring a whole bunch. And then the scouts are looking for the player that scores the most, because you're a, let's say you're a center. I'll finish with this basketball analogy in a second, but it is quite important. So you just need to score more if you don't know basketball too much. You need to score more and you're missing a lot of shots. So what do? When you go to the courts, you make sure you practice that thing that's holding you back. So this can be anything. This can be any dream. You figure out the first step, and then you understand that first step is effectively, it's your weakness. The thing that you need to do now that'll get you and give you the most back. So you fix your free throw. You go see a coach, you fix your form, you start sinking more buckets and you practice a bit more with that form. That'll give you the most return. That's all it is. Just give your brain a chance to think. Figure out what the important thing is, get the first step, and be efficient with it. Thank you for watching.